huh, that person's not an ordinary child. You ever heard that? Well, that kid's special. Let's talk about that. And special people. Yeah. Good morning, beautiful people. Let's see, it's Wednesday, as Mr. Sutton would call it, Wednesday, or whale. Anyway, if he's watching this, there you go. Shout out to Mr. Sutton. What's his first name?
Phil.
Phil Sutton. I like that guy. Anyway, so that's not an ordinary child.
I'm sure they said that about you.
Oh, they said that about me all the time. I think I ate pink chips when I was a kid. Anyway,
hey, your daughter actually
I know.
ate pink chips.
That's true. That explains a lot. Anyway, so yeah, I was called special. I was called not an ordinary child. So it's okay. I was in that math class that everybody wanted to be in. So when you see a special child or not an ordinary child, one or two emotions come through, like that person, or you have this heart, like this overwhelming compassion for that person, and you want to help or you want to become friends. And I'm like in the second category. Like I love special people. I love not ordinary people. Really, what is ordinary anymore? I mean,
exactly.
Come on. But anyway, I don't know. They draw to me, and I draw to them that they're not the typical person.
They don't fit in a box.
Right. And so I think this is really cool that the parents of this person I'm going to talk about saw that automatically. Like they saw this and they denied the leadership edict or the law or the mandate. They stood up against the mandate. And so here's in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 23, we get a picture of his parents' faith. Now, we always talk about Moses and his faith, but this is just a small picture of his parents, because if parents didn't have faith, they wouldn't have done what they did and defy the edict of the king. And the edict of the king at that time, in Egypt, if you denied it, you had a death sentence. So they put their life on the line in faith that God would take care of Moses. And listen to this. This is pretty cool. By faith, Moses' parents hid him for 3 months after he was born. Now, how do you hide a baby for 3 months when it's crying and screaming and
no doubt.
diaper change and all that kind of good stuff? Anyway, I guess that was the grace of God. Because, I always love the Bible because it gives you the definition. Because they saw he was no ordinary child.
Huh.
They saw something in him. They saw something that God was producing. They saw a purpose, a love of that child, and defied the king's edict. And it says this, and they were not afraid of the king's edict. They were not afraid of it because they knew God had a purpose and a position. And remember, the king's edict was that all children that were born of male descent had to die or be thrown into the river where there was crocodiles and all that kind of good stuff. And so they defied the king and hid Moses, and they had faith. So their faith trumped or overcame their fear of death, and their fear of punishment. And so that's really true faith, that we can say, hey, God comes first no matter what happens. God is the central position of my life, no matter if it's facing death, no matter if it's facing ridicule, persecution, harassment, gossip. He is the center, and I'm going to obey him more than any edict or any government official or anything that comes out that's against God. So that's the cool thing that we can stand on when we have faith, is that God is the one who is central of our rules, morality, everything. So that's really cool that, it gives us a picture of what Moses' parents were thinking. So if you're no ordinary adult or you're special, there you go. It's because God has made you special and no ordinary person because you have faith. That's not ordinary in these times and days in this world. That faith is so strong that it doesn't matter what the world thinks. So hopefully you're going to do that. Think about that, how your faith can grow stronger and defy the world and its rules that are against God. Now, there are rules that we have to still obey, like speeding limits and all that stuff. That's not really against God. But if there's something that comes out against God and his people, you better believe I'll be the first in line saying, nope, not doing that, no matter what the punishment is, because my faith in God is stronger than my worldly views. I love you. Jesus loves you too. Have a great day. Choose the right thing. Bye-bye now.